Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What's on Tap podcast? We are back with another episode. This is your co-host Martin, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. We have co-founder and all-round good guy, Stefan. Welcome to your own show.
Thank you. Damn glad to be here.
Yeah. Feels good, right?
It does. It feels weird. You know, I hate the sound of my own voice being recorded. Never gotten used to it, so it throws me off every time.
So today, I have not brought these beers, which is a lot of fun. Sometimes I bring the beers, and now you've brought two amazing-looking beers.
Right. But before we get into it, we've got a little housekeeping. So what's going on is Mathias will be taking a sabbatical from the show. He and his wife had just had a baby, so he's taking some time off. And Martin is now the new full-time co-host. And it may seem like he's been the full-time co-host for some time, because I think the past month and a half you've been the most, or maybe the past 2 or 3 months even, the most prolific co-host on the show. So, so you're welcome, and congratulations.
To be fair, in an already aired episode, you have called me the co-host.
Well, because you were the co-host of that episode. So every episode you are the co-host. That's technically.
Boo.
But now you are, you're Team What's on Tap full time.
That's nice. Right. That's nice.
That doesn't mean that Mathias won't ever be joining from time to time. We won't have more episodes with him, but he's going to, like I said, take a leave of absence for a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. So as you were saying,
we have two beers that you brought.
I did.
Two wheat beers that are very different.
They are.
It's a lot of fun because we have an English-American wheat beer. So it's Verdant, that are English, have made an American wheat beer.
Right.
And we have, for a little later, the German brewery Frau Gruber that have made a Belgian wheat beer.
Right.
So we have 4 nationalities to play around with.
Yes. It's very interesting that you've got, they didn't make because I mean, wit beers are very popular in Germany, so you'd think they could have just made a German wheat beer, right?
Yes.
But no, they had to make a Belgian one. And I'm not really sure what separates an American from
There is no real British wheat beer.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I've never heard of, there's no such thing as a British wheat beer, so I'm kind of curious as to what...
But an American wheat beer is very different from a German Weisse.
All right, in what way? What makes it different?
Much more hop forward, much less on these banana type esters.
All right.
They'll be a lot of fun to try.
Yep. This says some people never go. Okay, so this is called Every Day is a Different Dose. Comes in at 6%. It's crispy, hoppy American wheat beer. Label says some people never go crazy. Every day is a different dose. Extra Pale Ale, wheat, Carapils, Chinook, Citrus, Simcoe, Idaho 7, and London L3. What's dry, crispy, fluffy, and fruity, but not clovely or banana-y? Yep. Yep. Our take on an American wheat: crack a tin, light the barbecue, and open an umbrella.
Like I said, not banana-y.
Not banana-y and not clovey. That's what I'm looking for. And it says no bananas and no clovey. So, all right. Let's give it a sniff. You definitely get the
hops.
And I get kind of a grainy...
It smells like a Verdant beer.
It does. I get kind of a grainy undertone to it. Like you can kind of smell the malt build on it a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I think it's not a bad thing. I kind of, it's wheat beer, so the wheatiness should kind of come through a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Should say this is very hazy, and if I didn't know it was an American wheat beer, my first thought would be
New England IPA.
New England IPA, because it looks exactly like that. And honestly,
the
tastes a bit like it too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the flavor for me is split in 2 parts. The first thing that hits my mouth is just New England IPA, 100%. But it then transforms into something I can't quite put my finger on. I think it's a sweet flavor just after the hops subside.
It's kind of dry. It doesn't have like this full richness in the end. It dries kind of clean and bitter and really pleasant. I think that's I was expecting much more kind of a cereal finish to it.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all. I just get like this really hoppy, very pleasant finish on it.
For sure.
Kind of.
It definitely doesn't have the banana esters of a German wheat beer.
There's no cloves, no bananas, but there is a bit of a sweet, almost honey-like quality to it. So overall, it's a delicious beer.
I've pretty much loved everything Verdant has put out.
Yeah.
They are my favorite English brewery.
Yeah, more than Cloudwater and Wylam's and
yes.
Track and all the other amazing breweries that are in the UK right now.
So you and I have been accused of being Wylam fanboys.
Oh, I'm a huge Wylam fanboy. I'll admit that.
But we've both had Wylam beers where we go, oh man, this was a disappointment.
Yeah.
I've never had a Verdant beer
It's been a disappointment.
do that to me.
Wow.
And I've had Cloudwater beers that were a disappointment as well.
Yeah.
But overall, both of those breweries are just knocking it out of the park, overall.
Yeah.
But Verdant still hasn't made a single misstep. And I even went to their tap room, tried everything, including like low ABV IPAs and stuff that doesn't usually appeal to me. Mm-hmm. Everything was just a knockout. The track is nice, but
They just came to mind. I couldn't.
Yeah.
They're not one of my favorites either. I like Daya much better, but no, I think Verdant is really just top of the class. They do amazing stuff, and I'm with you. I don't think I can ever think of a Verdant beer I've had where I didn't enjoy it in some way. They usually do really great stuff, and this is really no different. It is just solid. My only knock on it is, I don't know, like if somebody just handed me this and I just blind tasted it, I would think of New England IPA.
yes.
Somewhere around, I guess, like 6%, yeah. So 5.5 to 6% ABV.
They should have called it the New England wheat beer
Yeah, I guess.
and made up a new style.
a new style, kind of. Because I don't really get the wheat beer part of that.
No.
I think that's what's killing it for me. So to style, I gotta say it's maybe lacking quite a bit, but just in quality and flavor, oh hell yeah!
I agree. So I'm already ready to give a rating for this. I'm already pretty set.
All right.
I don't think there's much in that can.
Not much more you can add to this.
It won't change with additional heat.
No.
It's a very solid rating. It's a 4.25 from me. It's not that cold. It's a good temperature.
No, it's a good
served
temperature.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go as a straight up beer, 4.25. I think it's excellent. As an American wheat beer, if I was going to style, it would probably be around a 3.
Yeah.
Because it's not like in any way what I think of when I think of wheat beers or tried wheat beers in the past. And that's because I'm not looking for the cloves or banana esters, things like that. But there's just a different, flavor profile, and this is just so extra hoppy. I think that's what's kind of throwing me. But it's delicious beer. I absolutely love it. Okay, so next up is the Frau Gruber Flying Monkeys, Belgian Wit. Yeah.
So what do you actually give it?
I'm giving it 4.25.
Okay, you are rating that one based on flavor.
Yeah. I'm just going straight up flavor because it's too damn tasty. Not really much to say about this one. There's not much on the label unless you want to run through the ingredient list, but
soon we will be accused of being Frau Gruber fanboys as well. We've had quite a few of their beers.
Quite enjoy Frau Gruber. 5.3% alcohol by volume. Flying Monkeys is the name. So that's really all I can say.
But they're so fun to have on this podcast because they're usually available in many European web shops.
Yeah.
Most of them have free shipping, so they're readily available.
Yeah. To note, the Verdant I picked up in London when I was there a couple of weeks ago. The Flying Monkey, I think I also picked up when I was there a couple of weeks ago. So I did not pick this up online, but I have seen. I don't know if I've seen this online, but I've seen many of their beers online. So
I've seen this particular Flying Monkey,
Have you?
Frau Gruber Flying Monkey, on a web shop, but then I didn't I was trying to keep my purchases down for that.
Oh, you know what? I did buy this. This is on the McKellar web shop. So McKellar is having a 20 to 40% off sale, and I bought a bunch of stuff because I was up to like 550 Danish, and anything over 600 is free shipping. And I was like, well, if I'm going to pay 60 crowns 100 crowns for shipping, I mean, I might as well buy 2 more beers and just get it over the top, and then So, yeah, this was on the the McKellar web shop. That's where it came from.
Yeah, so Verdant is a bit more difficult to get a hold of, but they show up from time to time.
Yeah.
Glasbanken.se has had them a number of times.
Yeah.
Basically, any collaboration Verdant does gets on Glasbanken because of the other brewery.
Yeah. All right. This is cloudy. It smells.
It smells like a Belgian wheat beer. So
it smells very Belgian-y.
This is more according to style. Yeast and esters.
Yeah, not really banana, but kind of a lemon, citrus, kind of little apricot maybe.
Yep.
It smells really nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. That is really tart.
It's much more tart than a Belgian wheat beer should be.
It almost feels like a goza kind of. It's got
a goza, yeah.
Yeah, goza. Yeah. It's got a little bit of a sour lemon tartness to it. Very extremely citrusy.
So this is delicious, but it's not according to style.
Not the style. The mouthfeel's also very thin. It literally feels like they mislabeled this package. Because this does not taste like a Belgian wit at all.
No. This is lemonade.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to tell me this was a citrus goza, I would be like, yeah, I totally believe you. Or like some sort of lemon Berliner Weiss or something like that. I would completely believe you on that.
Yes.
This is... It's very light. It's very refreshing. It's very, very citrusy.
Yeah. So I checked up some ratings for this one, and basically everyone says, "Oh, it's like lemonade. Mm-hmm. It's lemony." So we didn't get a weird can.
No. Good. Yeah. Because it's I'm like, did they misprint the label? This is something else, and they get the cans mixed up and put the wrong thing, so somewhere else, and somebody's getting like a lemon goza going. Man, this is the most banana-y goza I've ever had in my entire life.
To be fair, I don't think Belgian wheat beers are that heavy on the banana.
No.
But like Hoegaarden is a Belgian wheat, and it is miles away from this beverage.
Yeah, I mean, there's no comparison at all. It's night and day. I mean, completely different. But still, completely delicious. I really like this. Excuse me. So
it is throwing me for a loop.
Yeah, this is one that, again, if I was going to style, I mean, this is such a swing and a miss on Belgian Vit that, I mean, it would be like a 2 for style because it's so completely far. I mean, the hoppy American wheat from Verdant was closer, and that was way off.
Yes.
This is like 2 more miles down the road from that.
Yep.
So to style, it is missed on every level whatsoever.
But flavor,
but just pure drinking and enjoyment, man. This is a 4, I think, for me.
Yeah, a 4 for me as well.
Yeah.
But here we have another topic. So we will buy basically anything that Frau Gruber and Verdant puts out, and we are quite open-minded when it comes to styles, as you heard in this episode. We're like, pew 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 pew, fire the guns. But for a consumer that's not that knowledgeable, if they've had a Belgian wheat beer and they really liked it, I think it might be dangerous. If this is the intended beverage,
you would literally think something was wrong with this can.
Yeah, you would return it.
Right, because you'd be like, this is not a Belgian wheat beer. And like, yeah, even trying, I'm still like, this is not a Belgian wheat. No. They may have used like the same malts and the same, yeah, I mean, everything in here might be according to what it's supposed to be, but it just does not They use bergamot lemons.
That'll do it. But lemon is a core component flavor of a Belgian wheat beer. There's like lemon zest in all wheat beers, even Hoegaarden.
So water, barley malt, wheat malt, hops, yeast, bergamot, lemons. They just, I guess, throw the whole lemon in.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
I recall, this is a few years ago, but I ordered a 6% chocolate stout. Mm-hmm. And when I tasted it, it tasted like sour washcloth and the cigarette ashtray. Uh-huh. So I went back with it to the bar and said, this is obviously defective. Mm-hmm. And they smelled my glass, they poured some from the tap, tried it themselves and said, no, this is the way it's supposed to taste. This is what the brewery is intended. I went, okay. So the brewery made a chocolate stout and they intended to taste like sour washcloth and cigarette ashes. Mm-hmm. That's a failure. Yeah. You should market it as a sour washcloth cigarette butt beer.
That's Brewdog put out a beer. It was a collab with someone. I can't remember what it was. I think it was actually called Coffee and a Cigarette, something like that. And for me, it just tasted like licking an ashtray. Yeah. I absolutely hated that beer.
But that seems to have been what they were going for, and they were honest about it.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's really going for an ashtray flavor.
No, maybe not.
So we've got two winners here. Very not to style and very deceptive from what you're anticipating. But yet very high quality, very well made. Excellent craftsmanship.
I think I need to try a Hoegaarden again. Like at a bar,
just to compare
in the big frosted glasses. Mm-hmm. Because I'm in my beer nerdery, I might have strayed too far away from that core style. It's an historically important style.
Yeah, what I love in the U.S., if you go in and get a Hoegaarden, you get like this massive
that's the glass I need.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of like. That's why I used to always get it because I'm like, I just love the glassware so much.
And they're usually frosted with ice. It's a good feeling. I remember that feeling mostly from before I became a beer nerd because I loved getting that big glass. Mighty full glass.
Yeah. Is there any place that serves Hoegaarden?
I think Paddy's in Malmo serve it in that particular way. That was the last time I had it like that.
All right.
Yeah, so future What's on Tap podcast, don't be surprised if we're sitting at Paddy's drinking Hoegaardens.
Yeah. All right, so hope you enjoyed the episode. And again, welcome, Martin, as a permanent addition to the show now. You can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. iTunes.
Wow.
We're everywhere. Anywhere you can find podcasts, we're going to be there. So until next time, keep drinking, you dum-dums.